Off right now. So yeah, things are about to be kicked off. Broly just made it in time, I see. All right, Lockie versus Phil. Phil would get the tip off here. And man, these two teams are. It's gonna be a good series. Suno's gonna knock that in. Good shot by Suno. But as I said, these are like the two best teams in the East. And for the Western Conference Finals matchup, we have the Thunder and Rockets. And as a turnover. So when we talk about this Raptors team, they're very they like to put on different lineups, and they still have the decent amount of chemistry for them to win games. So we'll see how the outcome comes this series. As PC is gonna knock that in. Good shot by PC. But as far as everything goes, the Raptors been doing real well, moving the ball. They tried Cypher at PG. He's more of an ISO up PG, but as he just got a turnover right there. A little rough start for the Raptors. Rough start as PC will knock that in. Good shot by PC. And this Sixers team, they're ready. They're ready for the series. They're prepared. As most of these players used to be with the Hawks, but they end up snaking during the season as Duke, Phil, and Slacky, Coop, they were all on the Hawks as Lockie's gonna knock that in. Good shot by Lockie to get the scoring started for the Raptors. But as we talk about the Raptors playmakers and Lockie IQ, both potential. Lockie was in the runner-up for most improved and shot packed, or IQ was PG of the year. So we'll see what this brings to the series. As far as Hill's bringing up the ball now, Hill is gonna throw it to Y3. I know you guys are kind of curious on how Hill is able to play G League and PBA. No, trust me, after the season he will be officially dropped because he'll be officially dropped. So you don't got to worry about that. But is Duke's gonna just do his move and knock it? Oh, never mind, he misses it. Duke gets it back, or PC shoots it. Cypher with a wide shot. He will knock it in. I can't call a timeout. Hill knocks it in. Good shot by Hill. Good shot. Knocks it in. My bad, y'all. I was trying to see something on the stat sheet. Something confused me. As far as Hill, throws it down to Y3. Y3 will shoot, and he'll tie up this ball game. And, we talk about the importance of Y3. He needs to have less turnovers a series. He needs to be aggressive, start scoring a lot more. All right, now the Raptors call timeout. Nope. All right. Nah, I mean, it was official. All right. All right. Hill Y3 Lockie Cypher Purgins. Hill Y3 Cypher Purgins. Oh, shot pack isn't on the court. I just realized that. Subbing Poster Boy. Sub IQ for Hillist. Oh, God. Okay, so he is back in. Cypher with the ball. Good shot. And, as this Raptors team, they stay the underdogs of this playoffs. And, honestly, they've been playing really good as far as chemistry and stuff. And, also another addition, they have duality. But as far as everything else goes, I feel like this Raptors team is, very good. They could play different positions. And, that's very important when it comes to playoffs and trying to figure out what position to fit in. And Persians is going to get trapped here. Throw it back in paint to Cypher. Cypher will just take the dunk. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, what a steal by Phil. He should have just took the dunk. PC with the ball. PC, a season 1 champion with the Clippers, knocks it in. Good shot by PC. And, so far this is a good start by PC. As if you're a Sixers team, you want PC to start get going. As far as everybody else, as Suno, who's playing good so far. So, they got to continue what they're doing. And they got to play good defense, and trap is good. Steal by Coop. Coop also runner-up for Offensive Player of the Year this season. Just been playing really well. Suno will shoot it. Suno will knock it in. That's a good shot by Suno. And, this Raptors team is a very good team, but, they're just struggling right now to get stuff going. Cypher with the ball. Cypher looking. Cypher throws it to Y3. Y3 will throw it to shot pack. IQ, knocks it in. Him as a PG of the year, it's very important for him to get his team going as far as ball movement. So we will see if he's able to do that, and he's just gonna throw it up. Okay. All right, let me start giving out warnings. Oh, what a ghost. Phil, what a move, knocks it in. As far as Phil, he's played with the Kings season 1. It's his second conference finals appearance, so, he's ready, he's used to what to expect, and we'll see if he's able to capitalize off of it. I feel like, if Phil's playing very well, this team would be almost hard to beat. Yeah, that is -6. Didn't that Ferret? Yeah, he didn't go back. Wait, who shot it? Who shot it? Oh, Suno. Oh, yeah, because he was supposed to fair. You always supposed to fair those. They losing anyway, chill. Lockheed with the ball. Lockheed has it. Lockheed will throw it over there to Cypher. Cypher will oh, no, never mind. He'll pass it. IQ will knock it in. Now Duke will be IBing. Duke. We'll throw it to oh, what a steal by Y3. Ooh, fades off, knocks it in. Now it's a tied game, 30 apiece. As we talk about the Raptors, important adjustments and stuff, I feel like the Sixers could perfectly match them if they don't make much mistakes as far as, like bad passes like those. You gotta like be more smart with the ball, be aware of the ball coming your direction. But I feel like, Cypher will knock that in. I feel like if this team is more smart with the ball, they'll be perfectly fine. But, I think Duke missed once. Not sure. He missed once and PC missed once. Perkins with the ball. Perkins knocks it in. Suno will throw it to Phil. Phil wastes the time and knocks it in. Can the Sixers get another steal to tie up this quarter? Or, what a steal by Phil. Phil will miss it. Good dunk. Drum down by 1 point, and 0.5 is going to run it out. All right, the first quarter is in hands, 36-35. The Toronto Raptors are up after being off to a sloppy start. But, as we mentioned this game, obviously it's not over. But, if you're the Sixers, you got to make adjustments because you're a team. Not much chemistry compared to the Raptors. But, if you adjust and continue to play well, play good defense, get some stops, then the Sixers could come out with game one. But if they continue to play sloppy, I don't think they're going to have a chance. It's a good steal by Duke, but they got to play smart. Got to be smart with the ball. Can't have any dumb mistakes. Suno will knock it in. And I honestly think, due to Miami's loss, it's not backcourt. I'm bugging. Am I bugging? But due to Miami's loss, now they got the kind of EU and NA team out the way. They're playing a more harder team now. But honestly, I feel like the Raptors, it's a 50-50% chance with both teams. The expected team should be the Raptors, in my opinion, just because they have more chem. But, I honestly think Sixers team could go to the finals. And, as them playing in the play-in, beating the Nets, they, Hawks was inactive. So, honestly, with Duke, Phil, Slacky when he wants to show up, Coop, this team could be good, but this is definitely one of the best. I feel like this could be the best PBA Eastern Conference Finals matchups. Western Conference Finals matchup was good too. Season 1, Clippers versus Kings. That was good. So I feel like they could have more of those. Cypher with the ball. Cypher's getting pressed. Throws to Locky. Locky looking. Locky would throw a paint. Locky has a wide open wide three, but doesn't see him. Not Locky. IQ. My bad. IQ throws to Cypher. Cypher knocks it in. Raptors are up by 4. Hold on. Who was on the court? Hold on. I just realized. Shem. Because you're probably not on the court. Court interference. Good shot. But as these conference finals start to happen, that's the backcourt. But as these conference finals start to happen, I'm getting a lot of predictions of the Raptors and the Thunder. Some people think the Sixers are gonna win. I think even Broly got the Sixers to win, but Thunder and Raptors, I feel like that would be a good finals matchup. With slap close, eye rail, chemistry, as far as everybody else on the court with soul effects. And that's a good shot by Phil. And then with the Raptors, you got Lockheed, Y3, Cypher, IQ. That's just an overall good team. And, with chemistry versus chemistry, I honestly think that would be a great matchup to see. But I feel like now's Impact suspended, for alting in the G League, and people show me clips of him hacking, but some people are even telling me to revoke his Rookie of the Year and give it to somebody else, and I honestly feel like if Colors played more, I feel like he would have got it, but people are still telling me, but dang, the Rockets are gonna have to play without him for this Western Conference Finals. And yeah, it just is what it is, Unless we could pay the bill, but I doubt he can, so he's gonna have to stay suspended. Good shot by Coop. Cypher throws it to Perkins, and that's just a wide open IQ, but they don't see him. Y3 throws it. And this is like, oh, he almost missed it. This is what I'm talking about, though. If the Raptors continue chemistry like this, they'll be a damn good team to stop. They'll be hard to stop. Like, if teams just can't play defense on them, this will happen every time. And, as the Sixers are struggling right now, I feel like they're just on the court. But I honestly think the Sixers team do need Slacky. And it's not looking good for the Sixers right now, obviously, but Phil's trying with 12.6 assists, Sino with 24 points, PC with 12 points, 3 assists. But they got to figure it out, and it's just Eastern Conference Finals game 1. Even though it's just game 1, it's all about good defense, good steal. Even though it is game 1, it's about starting on top. You start off on top. You gotta be prepared. Start off on top. It's always who has the best start too, and you gotta think about that because say like for example, you're in the NBA Finals. You're up 2-0. That's gonna bring a huge advantage on you because if you're up with a strong start, it'll give you more confidence, and plus you start playing even better. That's a good pass. Duke misses it again. I think he's trolling. Knocks it in. And honestly, can't wait till the season ends. I could stop dealing with these people who can't schedule. The most stressful series to go through was honestly the Raptors versus Heat, because Lee wanted to delay the game all the way to like Thursday or Tuesday or something like that. And, nobody's going to wait that long for hoops games. And it's just, he wanted to delay it. So I said, you know what? Hey, we're just not going to, delay it. We're just going to auto-schedule it. They ended up showing up, so the time was perfect, I guess. But they're eliminated now. As Persians will knock it, and no, he misses it. But, honestly, to be honest, I feel like the Raptors, they got game 1. Even though it's too early. Even though they're only up by 5. But, in terms of the Raptors' chemistry and ball movement, I feel like the Sixers don't really have an answer for it. They can't really play defense. Ball movement is low-key sloppy. Lockie's going to miss that. But the ball movement is sloppy. And I feel like they just got to be better. They got to be better. As a team, who was in the play-in, got out the play-in, so they can get in the playoffs and try to be a contending team. And right now they're just flopping. This is not looking too good. Maybe it's fixable. Maybe you could adjust. But honestly, I don't think the Sixers really have any chemistry. I honestly think they're low-key ruined as a team. They need to scrim more if they want to win. But I wouldn't understand why they wouldn't have chemistry though with Coop, Phil. Shot by Phil, but with Coop, Phil, Duke, and if Slacky's on the court, it makes it even better because they played with the Hawks at the start of the season. So I would understand why they wouldn't have Chem. But Cypher's going to throw it at IQ. IQ looking for somebody. IQ has a wide open 75. And it's just defense like this. You can't afford to play defense like this. You aren't going to win any games if you're going to play defense like this. And they didn't even get back on defense in time. Suno will knock it in. But, it's a close game. As I said, it's a close game. But you really don't want to. You don't want to have it close like this at all, especially if you can't figure out bad passes like those. Who thinks to throw that one? It's just stupid turnovers and stuff like that will cost them as a steal by PC. But Sixers will get their first lead of the game. And yeah, I honestly feel like now since the Raptors are, how do you say it? They're now a team that's, they've been looked at all season as IQ's going to chuck it up in this. But they've been looked at all season. And, they've been doing really good. I honestly feel like I can see, with the cap sheet, with the salary, depending on what their salaries are. I honestly see this team playing with each other again. Because, so far, I feel like this season's been successful for them. So I know they're probably well, why not try another season, see if that works. If they win the rings, even better for them. But I know they want to see what's cooking for them. Is Phil is gonna have a wide shot, throws it to PC. PC will shoot. PC will knock it in. But honestly, though, even though the Sixers are more R&B experienced, I honestly think if the Sixers win, it'll be an upset due to them having no chemistry. If they can pull off this win, as Y3 is going to knock that in, if they could pull off this win, I consider it an upset. And I'm not talking about this win in general. I'm talking about the whole series. If they could pull off the whole series, I feel like there will be, this will be an upset team. This will be a major, underdog team. Nobody looks at this team. They don't, think too much about this team because, they don't really look at them as contenders. But it's Lockie's going to get snatch blocked by Phil. And honestly, some people be, picking the Sixers. But I feel like they're, how do you say it? They're not really getting, they're not expected to like win all the time. It's like they're not expected to win, so they can play freely. Raptors, I feel like, have a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. They do. They're the first team to do the most scrims in this PBA Season 2 league, and I feel like with them they have a lot of pressure to try to win. This is pressure right here. So I feel like and this is Lockie's second conference finals appearance with also new people he's played with now. And yeah, I feel like this will be important for both teams. I feel like this will mean well as far as Phil, this second conference finals appearance. Suno knocks it in. But I feel like with Y3 last season, he got suspended, letting somebody alt for him. And this season, he's played better. He's made a little bit of mistakes, but not as much. He's made a comeback this season, played better. And now he's in the conference finals. Last season he did get eliminated first round by the Pacers. I'm not sure if he played or not, but he was accused, and he did say he wasn't playing. So in that case, I guess he was. But Phil will throw it to Duke. Duke will throw it to Phil. Phil will knock it in. They're just like they're toying with them, and the Raptors, man, they're in danger. They're in danger. Honestly, I don't think this is the Sixers' full lineup, but they're in danger, and I feel like if the Raptors want to make a comeback, not really a comeback necessarily, but if they can make a big fourth quarter run, that would be good for them because they need it badly. As far as the defense is slopping, the offense, it's doing what the offense does, but I feel like the defense is very bad right now in terms of trying to figure out the adjustments on who to stop who. I feel like they got to fix that. As far as, see right there, Duke's a free link right there, and then he could link somebody else. But that's a good pass, and Coop will knock it in. Good shot by Coop. But this is a huge third quarter lead for the Sixers. This is huge. This is huge. That's important, and very important fourth quarter lead. As we talk about turnarounds and teams, trying to make pushes, this is important, very important. So I feel like if these teams could, lock in, like Phil knocks it in. But this is a very even Eastern Conference Finals matchup. As Lockheed throws it to Persians knocks it in. But now since the lead is shortened to 7 with press on, I will try to get some press stops and play back on defense as Phil looking. Oh, he gets stolen by Cypher, but Phil gets it back. Oh, it is stolen by Cypher again, but Cypher throws it out of bounds. But 13 seconds, man. 13 seconds. Everybody's excited for Season 3. Obviously, for PBA Season 3. We got everybody, can't wait. They want the season done with. They want the new season to start up, the Season 3 PBA. And, I don't blame them. These playoffs been a little long for no reason. So I feel like they deserve this Season 3, to be good. With all their waiting they've been doing. I feel like they deserve it. They deserve it, man. So I feel like, and talk about our G League stars so far. Hill, dropped down to the G League. He's officially dropped. He's a 2 mil, but I decided to drop him down, get some G League players, some good players too. But ZXRO, I'm pretty sure the Windy City Bulls is one of the best teams so far with Phil, Taffin, ZXRO, Road Pro, very good team. Is me and keepers coaching that team. But as far as other G League talents, you talk about, like, for example, is Coop's just gonna give Duke the ball. Duke throws it to Coop. Coop knocks it in. But we talk about. Sorry guys, I'm tired. All right, we talk about Taka. Good steal by Suno. We talk about Taka. He's averaged 30 points with the Grizzlies. He's a new player in the league. Averaged 30 points. He's 2 mil, but I decided to drop him down again to even it up. But, as far as, like, these G League players, if you guys want to join the G League, I'm going to have Broly send the G League link in the description. But, G League is a very good league. We're just looking for 2 more FOs because, we need the FOs. But, it's another good steal, and the Sixers are dominating this quarter. They are dominating this quarter as Coop will knock it in. They are dominating this quarter. And this is honestly, I feel like this game will go game 3. I feel like the series will go game 3. And I see it too. The Raptors throw it to Lockheed. Lockheed will knock it in. That's a good shot, but I really don't know. So far it's just a domination for the Sixers. They just have the number right now, and Coop will throw it over there to Duke. Duke. Oh, look, Duke. Trying to find someone will throw it over there to Phil. That's crazy. A pre-aim in his face. That is crazy. Phil has 48. He's absolutely going off right now. He is playing out of his mind. I don't blame him, as his team losing season 1 conference finals against the Los Angeles Clippers. You're going to look for some redemption. And, I don't blame him. I feel like he deserves better on certain teams as PC chucks up that bullshit. But, if he deserves better, then, yeah, I feel like Phil could be a future PBA champion. But, he has to get his teammates involved in the right mindset in terms of, focusing, locking in. And I feel like it could be happening soon. As Suno knocks it in. But IQ knocks it in. I feel like this Raptors team they're just playing bad right now. They're struggling. But, it's still early, though, too, because with 2 minutes, 43 seconds, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. And I feel like, they're only down by 13. So I feel like, let's press again. Another press. I feel like, though, it's not over. As he has a wide open Locky. If you play defense like this is what's going to happen. You got to expect it. You can't just play defense like this and think, they're not going to capitalize off of it. It's obvious that they're going to capitalize. I don't know what they're doing right now. They could throw it over there to Coop, though, and that's just a wide shot. If you could taunt somebody and shoot it, you just need to be guarded. You're wide open. He's wide open as well. Y3. Y3 will knock that in to put it back to a 10-point lead, and this under 2 minutes is going to be very important for game 1. Very important. So we'll see what's going to happen. This is going to be the most important couple of seconds in this series, and press is officially now. It's important, man. Important. The Raptors do cut down the lead in this press, so this is very important. Make sure inbounds is right. He's gonna throw it over to PC. PC will take it up. PC will shoot it. PC will airball it. Wow. Power. Locky will shoot it. Locky will knock it in. This isn't good. Duke with 20 assists, though. Duke is playing very good right now. Coop will throw it over there to Phil. Phil will throw it to Duke. Duke will throw it back to Phil. Phil will knock it in. And, Duke, Phil, saying they're just Duke with 21 assists. This is a surprising game from Duke, a playmaking game for Duke. Cypher being a good PG with 15 assists. But 8 turnovers, though, and Cypher will knock that in. Speaking of Cypher, as far as Cypher and IQ, the playmaking duo, as far as Lockie, who's a runner-up for most improved this season, they got to play better defense. They got to. And, it's just the only way they're going to win if they play better defense. But, it's just game one, I feel like. It's not over. It's never over. The game isn't over until it's over. But, Persian's going to have a wide lane, but he'll throw to IQ. He'll knock it in. But this is a 4-point lead, and, the 59 seconds, they get intense. They do get intense. He'll throw it back to Duke. Duke running the PG. Throw it to Suno. Suno, it's just a wide lane. Suno will knock it in. If you're the Sixers, you want to try to get a good steal and waste some time. Kill the clock. Kill as much time as you can. You're up by 7, and you just got to kill the clock. But Lockie with the ball. Lockie trying to find somebody. Lockie. Turnover, a game televised on TNT. But Suno gets a turnover, a Y3 with the steal. Cypher knocks it in. This is a 4-point lead. They have to lock in. They have to. This is important. Very important. Coop throws it to Phil. Phil waste time. Throws it to Duke. Duke throw it back to Phil. I already know it. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. No way. Uh-oh. IQ will shoot. And it's a 1-point game. It's a 1-point game. Uh-oh. Very important right now. 18 seconds on the clock. PC will throw it to Coop. Coop will throw it to Phil. Phil, that's a big burn. And Phil got to knock this in. Yes, he does. Clutch. Very clutch. Clutch basket by Phil. Good shot by Phil. Phil's been playing out of his mind. He has 60 points. He's been playing out of his mind. Game 1 has been his game. And it's one more, they're only up by 2. Only up by 2. This is very important, IB. We'll throw it over to Phil. Phil will throw it up. And the Sixers will take game 1. Wow. The Eastern Conference Finals, the Sixers will take game 1. Wow. League meeting. The Sixers will take game 1 by 2 points of the Eastern Conference Finals.